everyone, welcome to Devotions. Today we are talking, oddly enough, about board games. So how do board games have anything to do with God or the Bible, what Jesus has for you? Well, it just made me think, like yesterday we talked about chess, how the pieces in the board game have different jobs and do different things, and that's what God has for us. He has different jobs and different things that we can do. What I can do won't be like someone else. Well, today I want to talk to you about the game Chutes and Ladders. How many of you have ever played Chutes and Ladders? Anybody? Well, I've played Chutes and Ladders. It's been a little while since I've played, but you use the pieces and you move all up around the board. Wait, hold on. Check out this picture of Chutes and Ladders. Maybe it'll make your memory remember it. So if you saw that picture of Chutes and Ladders and you said, oh yeah, I remember, and you move the pieces and you go up, but if you land on a certain spot, then you have to go all the way back down, and you think you're doing good and you get all the way to almost the end, and then it takes you back down. It's ups and downs the whole way through the game, right? You get excited, you think you're doing well, down the ladder you go. Sometimes that's kind of like life, right? Really great days, things you get super excited about, and you think all these things, that everything is going my way and all things are going well and I'm super excited, and then you get a bad day. It's pretty stinky sometimes. And then you get a good day and you're back on the good track and you feel great and things are going wonderful, and all is well, right? Uh-oh, here comes another bad day. Things don't go your way, things get rough, and that's kind of like Chutes and Ladders, right? Doing great, go down the ladder. Doing great, oh, you hit another ladder, gotta go down. Well, that really made me think of a person in the Bible who really had some big ups and some big downs in his life. And do you think you can guess who it is? Do you think maybe you know? Well, I'm going to tell you. It's Joseph. Okay? Joseph, you can find Joseph's story in the book of Genesis, so the first book of the Bible. And it starts in chapter 37, and it goes all the way to the end of Genesis. And it's chapter, oh, not all the way, I'm sorry. All the way to the end, to chapter 50. So if you think about how much that is of the Bible that's telling Joseph's stories and the ups and downs, there were certainly lots. But let me give you a little bit of a quick look into Joseph's life. I'm not going to read you all of that right now. That's a lot, but you can certainly check it out on your own. So Joseph was born, and he was born to Jacob and Rachel. Jacob was his father, Rachel was his mother, and they were much older in their life when Joseph was born. And because of that, Joseph became his father's favorite. And his father had made him this beautiful, colorful coat, and it caused a lot of jealousy in his family with all of the rest of his brothers. And that just made them feel bad. And of course, you would feel like that too if, someone else in your family was loved more than you, and it was really, really obvious that they were loved more than you. And so when we go further into the story, Joseph has a dream, and he tells his brother this dream, and it's about they're out in the fields, and Joseph is in the middle, and all of these wheat stalks bow down to him. It's like it's his brothers that are bowing down to him, and now his brothers are really angry. And so they came up with a plan. They were going to find a way to kill Joseph. So they took him out far, and there was a big hole, and they put him in it, and they were going to leave him there to die. And then someone came by, and they actually sold Joseph to this man. Okay, so then the story goes on that after they sold him, that Joseph went to Egypt, and he ended up working for Potiphar, which was like a really, really important guy. And so Joseph went to being his father's favorite, great thing, right? Then he went to, he was going to be left for dead. Then he was sold, terrible, right? Then we go back up in the story, and he's working for this really, really important guy. Well, while he was working for this really, really important guy, Potiphar's wife tried to get Joseph to be kind of loving with her. And, well, that's wrong because she's married to Potiphar, and that shouldn't happen. And so Joseph refused, and she accused Joseph of trying to be loving towards her. And so then Joseph was thrown into jail, into the prison. And so now we're back to things are pretty stinky right now. And after that, when we move further, Potiphar starts to have some dreams. And Joseph is known for his dreams, and he's known to interpret them, which means he can explain what dreams mean because God helps him to do that. That's a gift that God had given him. And so it ends up that Joseph starts to tell the meanings of these dreams, and then Joseph's back in good graces, and he's working for Pharaoh, who is a very important person. And what the dreams were about is that there was going to be a time of famine. And so because Joseph was able to say what the dreams meant, then they were able to prepare for the famine. And a famine is when there's no food, or there's not enough food for everyone. And so they were able to store food away and save up so that everybody would be okay. And Joseph was put in charge of that. So again, we're on a big high, doing great things, working hard. And as a part of that famine, at one point, Joseph's brothers had to travel to Egypt to go get food, because Pharaoh and his people saved up the food so people could come and get it during the famine so that they would be able to live. So when they went there, they saw Joseph, but they didn't know at first that it was Joseph. And, you know, if you were Joseph, you would really maybe think about being mean. I mean, they did terrible things to him. They were going to leave him for dead, then they sold him, all of those things. But Joseph didn't. He gave them food, he told them who he was, and he was kind to them. Do you think that you could be like Joseph? Have all those terrible bad things happen, just like the chutes and ladders, going up, going down, going up, going down, good, bad, all those things in between. But Joseph didn't use the good and the bad things that happened to him to be unkind to other people. Because Joseph knew God and he loved God. And so he honored God by being kind and forgiving his brothers. And so the story goes on, and it goes on till later that then all the brothers are reunited, and I'm going to read this to you. it says, it's in chapter 45 of Genesis. It says, then Joseph could no longer control himself. Before all of his attendants, he cried out, have everyone leave my presence. So there was no one with Joseph when he made himself known to his brothers. And he wept so loudly that the Egyptians heard him, and Pharaoh's household heard about it. Joseph said to his brother, I am Joseph. Is my father still living? But my brothers were not able to answer him because they were terrified in his presence. Then Joseph said to his brothers, come close to me. When they had done so, he said, I am your brother Joseph, the one you sold to Egypt. And now do not be distressed and do not be angry with yourselves for selling me here, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you. How amazing is that, right? Joseph says, don't be upset, don't be angry, don't be worried, because I know that God used all of this for his purposes, for his good. So I want you to remember that, because you're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. But just like Joseph, God had a plan for Joseph. God has a plan for you. And those bad days in your life, God is going to use for something. Listen, nobody likes a bad day, but God has a plan for the good days and for the bad days. So remember that when you're having a bad day, think of Joseph. Have a good day, guys.